Good evening, welcome. This is the first in a video edition of the Laws of the Dance season 15, and we're having a bit of a spotlight, lads, on the league so far, what the league standings look like, the new interest in the transfer market that's evolved in the past week or so, some dynamite moves going on, and just the remaining fixtures, how that's going to impact on the rest of the league standings come, was it 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time?
Yeah, well the season finishes on the 23rd, isn't it?
Boxing Day.
26th, his season finishes on the 23rd.
23rd for me.
Ours is the 26th, Boxing Day, surprise.
Yeah, a little welcome package for me looking on that morning.
From the looks of it, I'm going to be looking at those pictures myself, so...
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Well, because, you know, I seem to be Brooksy crumbling right now.
Oh no, we'll move on to that first.
Yeah.
Maybe not initially. But what I'd like to talk about is the interest in the top three at the moment. There hasn't been much movement in the last 2-3 weeks, but there's been a lot of banter between these top three teams. We got Dick Darsley, the Dream Team, and is it the other Milkers?
It is, yes, he's coming on strong. So.
His last fixture today was 2-0 away, was it?
2-0 away, only one to win today.
Only Floyer to win, and...
Against Casa Patrol, which, you know, thank you Graham for that. Needed that.
You can now when, you know, we talk about how Tom's shaking, you can actually physically see it.
Yeah, my
he's a bit pale, he's a bit...
Yeah, I have definitely lost weight this season. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Clear to see for everyone.
Fingernails have gone.
Yeah, what fingernails?
Yeah. But let's use that as a passageway. What has been this tumultuous, torrid season that the amputees have faced?
Embarrassing.
From game one, I think it's been. Would you like to run us through that as a Christmas edition?
I think he started well, actually, day one. An away draw against Tristan, I think it was.
Yeah, no, okay, great.
Yeah, a positive start, but I wouldn't like to see the bar graph.
Well, you know, obviously I made a lot of changes. My attitude really was, I built a team for so many years. You know, I came into the league sort of very late. Season 8 was my first season, and you know, I sort of got the team, sort of built the team up, and I got to a stage where, you know, I won the league fairly emphatically.
Once.
But I've proven I can win the league.
You can prove you can ride good form.
And that's all. Well,
I think the true test of a well-developed team, though, is more if they can win for a number of seasons.
It's the consistency.
They hit their peak and then they continue.
2-3 seasons. Are they continuing to be competitive?
But I would agree with that. However, you know, that is still obviously my goal further long term, and if you know let me continue. But when you know I'd proven that I could win the league. I'd also won the cup, and the team I had, maybe I could have been competitive this season, but the season after that, you know, I needed to make some changes, and for the betterment of the team long term, and hopefully someday in the next couple of seasons soon to put me in position where I am that team, dominant team, winning season after season. I had to make those changes. So I sold a lot of players. I brought in a lot of youth.
A lot of youth.
Yeah, a lot of youth, and I've given them the games. I've given them the time, and you know, even though obviously I have struggled, and I haven't been as competitive as I would have liked, and maybe you know, and I'm not saying I don't make mistakes as a manager. Going back, I probably would do things slightly differently. I might have kept on Kavono in the midfield, have another 10-skill midfield.
But what would you say to your fans who are paying for tickets?
Yeah, these limbless fuckers just turning up week in, week out.
You know, they got a taste of the new Portsmouth FC, you know?
All I'll say is there are plenty of players in the team who have enough promise to keep the fans coming back, to watch their development, watch how they grow.
But how do they know you're not going to win one league again and then just bail again? You just can't take the pressure of being at the top. So you just cut it so you can talk and say, you know, I've cut.
I say as a manager he's matured a lot. Let's face it, at the start of the season all he was concerned about was how bad he was getting on. And then there was a point where he recognised it wasn't about winning anymore, and his focus was the Pussy Patrol. All he would talk about was the Pussy Patrol. And that was a marker of, I can't fight anymore, I've got to protect from relegation.
Yeah, because obviously that's still a massive thing.
Because that must have been you know, not many managers have to go through that.
You got backed into a corner, and you were scrapping away, and then you just lay down and accepted it. Showed your anus to them.
And you realised DD was the bigger
prize. Because I'm
prize.
confident enough in my team. I mean, anyone that's looked at my team, I think anyone, honestly, that really has a go at me and says, oh, you know, Or
Yeah, but dividends will only be paid in a couple of years' time.
Yes.
Real years time.
No, I think another year maybe, and my team will be the strongest.
3 seasons time.
Yeah, it's not like that. I mean, I'm kind of enjoying the pace that we're going through the seasons at the moment. All I'll say is I'm on for a good change report, and you know I'm 2 points ahead with a game in hand.
Krishna's next up.
Tough fixtures, obviously.
Their form improved from today's game with me.
Yeah.
They drew 1-1.
I needed you to do more.
5-3-2,
Really.
very defensive. I'll tell all your tactics, Larry. And you know, he got the point. He got the point. Fair enough. He went 1-0 up. So
He did what he set out to do.
yeah, and I did what I did and
he
got
can do
all my
that.
players out for my DB.
Larry's one of those players, he can pull out a result.
Unfortunately, it didn't knock my form either. It managed to pick it up, if anything. But Peter Petrelli did go on a red arrow. I won't lie. It went down a little bit. But his DV stayed the same.
Yeah, it takes a lot for a DB to drop, really.
15.
Especially with that training attribute.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But we won't exhaust the topic because there'll be plenty of that to come at the middle. But for now, what I'd like to focus on is that little gap between you and me. What is it? 2? No, it's 4 points now.
I think so. I'm on
how does
11.
that make you feel, Jack?
And I think you're on
No,
16.
I got a draw today though. So I'm on 17.
So yeah, it's a 6-point gap now.
Okay, so that's a nice cushion for me.
Yeah, you're safe.
So,
You are safe. 100%.
and that's given me the chance, maybe 4 or 5 games ago, maybe even 6, to just go, yeah, I don't actually need to worry about top 4 now. I need to stop Larry getting top 4. And that's been my focus. And today with a point, that's fine. He's got a bit of improved form, but you come off a break, you should batter him down. Like, there's a lot of money riding on that. I can't afford to pay Larry 15 quid for coming in the top 4. That's motivation enough for any of us.
I actually really need you to bash him as well, because I face him very soon after the game.
and he needs some good form.
That's an interesting one. Do I want him to fuck up really badly? My language.
The point is he's not really going to get relegated now. Super Patrol got
He
some hard
shouldn't
games.
do. I think, and as you said earlier, that brings it back to what's been going on in the transfer market recently. Is that a sign of acceptance?
Well, should we, for the viewers who don't know, maybe the lesser inclined in the players in, players out tab. Maybe you should explain
Okay.
that.
Well, so basically, it was quite late, a couple of days ago, or
3 days ago.
3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. I went on Expert. I had a look at the transfer market, and boom, right in front of me, Super Patrol sold off
Bing,
3
bing,
of his
bing.
best players,
Bing,
and then
bing, bing.
proceeded to sell his keeper, didn't he? Was that
Yeah.
today?
No,
yesterday.
the day after.
Day after. So 4 of his best players he sold, and he's brought in one 24/7,
Yeah.
which it's not my thing. But everyone has, he has his vision. Everyone has their vision.
There's a philosophy.
Exactly, and he I think he wants just a team of workmen.
I think
He's that sort of Burnley.
he's a fan of AFC Wimbledon, and I think he's trying to mirror their approach.
Yeah. Okay. But he wants a team of sort of like lower league football. You have like the hard nuts. They're all sort of. There's no special
Yeah,
players.
4-4-2. That's what we do. We do 4-4-2.
Yeah,
Bruce,
Bruce,
always.
exactly. He wants to be like kind of like Stoke, but more like Burnley.
It's a good analogy. But like you say, like that decision's been made, and he's.
Yeah, and is that acceptance that he's going down, or is that confidence?
Is that he's like, well, I don't need these players.
Yeah.
I can.
Is he
still-
confident
I
he's
can-
going
I
to beat
can-
the Lickers who are on the rise right now? We could bring it onto that if you want.
Their form's improved vastly, and he's got my vote for manager's manager. Gaffer's
Do you reckon?
Gaffer, definitely. He's
What?
got my vote.
I've
been impressed with him throughout the season.
He was so unlucky. The amount of 4-3 losses he had.
He scored so many goals for a team that had no points.
Yeah.
A lot of goals, and he time and time again. Even though his tactics weren't brilliant, I admired his ethos as well. I'm going to put this team out, and I'm going to man mark this player. And he
mixes his tactics up.
Yeah, it's.
He thinks
it's
about
not,
it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not out of just.
His keeper's had
ignorance.
his 60s.
I would agree that he's done very well, and I respect.
For a
his
silent
done.
manager, I
Yeah.
think that's very impressive.
But I still don't think you can give manager's manager to a team that.
Well, I think I can vote for who I want.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I would be more inclined to it looking at the season so far.
But you've got to think about whether he's massively. Would you say he's massively actually overachieved what he's done with his team? Because he had by far the worst team in the league,
Disgustingly bad.
and he's pulled off some results. I mean, he got a point on the double header against Jack, and he went two draws, and you went into that thinking.
I drew with
6 points.
Larry and Winderlick.
You went into that thinking 6 points, didn't you? And Pete, you were happy about Pete, but Pete's had a wonderful season.
I got
That's
one
the thing,
point out.
I hate to admit it, but my manager's
Manager.
manager between you and Pete.
For
Personally.
me, I can't be there. It's got to be Pete.
Pete, I could give it to.
It's got to be
That's
Pete.
the worst, that's
His
hard.
thing
And
is, his
he's
tactics
been-
have been spot on.
He's never even tried for it. It's just happened.
Yeah.
He's totally right.
But it's the way he
That's-
said, earlier, he keeps expecting to look at the fixture list and see
Yeah.
the loss.
He's like, oh fucking hell.
Yeah. Like today, he was like, oh, well chuffed for draw, sort of thing. And to be honest, I was kind of like, I felt like he should have won, like because he was in cracking form. Tristan's in bad form, but a point away against Tristan, who
Yeah.
battered me at home.
That's
I
a-
lost.
that's a-
I got smashed at Tristan, so
that's a
he's
tough
gone there and
result.
picked up a point.
But you know, so did Pussy Patrol. And
yeah.
to bring it in a roundabout way, how's that going to affect them for the fight against relegation? We could take it as a sign, like you say, of acceptance, or you know, downright audaciousness.
Yeah.
But it also comes down to you. What games are you going to win?
Well, obviously, I mean, the way I look at it, I need to take points from one more game to sort of secure myself safety. Obviously, it'd be great to get a win. I think that would pretty much do it. But I think if I can just get that point, you know, with Pussy picking that point up against Tristan, it really put that pressure on me now to just secure it.
Yeah.
So
Because you got to put it to rest. You can't rely on him to fuck up.
And you know, I've got Larry away off the break. Obviously, that's a game I'm looking to get points from. But you know, Larry can be annoying to play against. You know what I mean?
Did you hear that, Larry?
Like you know, it's just he's not a team. Unfortunately, he's just not a team. Despite the squad that he puts out, he's not a team that you can just chalk off and say that's 3 points, and that's the reality.
Yeah.
So
I've got no comment.
yeah, so I got that, and then obviously I'll play him away. I was really hoping you'd have wrapped up the league long ago, but you, as I said, you somehow continue to walk on that line.
There's that purgatory about
where
your
you're
accomplishments.
basically home drive.
I know what you mean, but
you're not.
I will say this thing. I will say like that break at the beginning allowed me to get cracking form, and I hit people at their low points. So I would say like, actually I got a lot of luck at the beginning of the season, and I think now my form is actually about average, same as everyone in the league. I think you're actually starting to see my true squad, if that makes sense. I think my team players have actually overachieved massively.
Well, not massively. I'd say they've played consistently really well.
Yeah,
and
they
you've
have.
reaped the benefits and they've scored the goals. Basically, they've been playing at their maximum potential,
Exactly.
which is what you want your team to do all the time, and that's why it's been so daunting for you, I think, to suffer such a bad season because your team played at their largest potential last season and they did it regularly. So
Yeah. I mean, last year I had just a season where everything went well,
So
and this season, I mean things. I can understand a bit more when Tristan and people were talking about. You know, I've had more injuries than I've ever had before this season. I've had more suspensions than I've ever had before.
because you had a wonder season.
Yeah, and last season I hardly had
Expert
anything. And
it can turn on you.
yeah,
And
Expert
then-
gods
control that.
are
And
an
it's even
unruly bunch.
It's not even like they refuse to let me. Like today, Windows, I was so sure I had 3 bags. I was talking as if I had 3 bags.
Everyone on the pool's bet on you.
Yeah, well,
everyone lost their bets
I looked at
completely.
Windows and I went, okay, well, they're in good form. I was quite nervous just because I had this weird feeling because Exeter's been going really shit for me. But at the same time, I did think I'm at home. I haven't lost. I haven't drawn at home. I've won every game at home. I've been strong. But you know, 5-4-1, very defensive. It can churn out.
Yeah.
It can just. And his keeper's had a cracking season. And
Yeah.
my team. If
So
I
a
have,
team
normally
might
if I have
definitely
4
have
chances,
Windows.
if I have 4 chances, normally my team scores at least one. They're very efficient, but
Is there
his
a team
keeper-
this season? Sorry to interrupt, but it's just
it's very rude.
yeah. Excuse me. it just ran through my brain there. Is there any team in the league that has literally not been worth talking about, like, at all? Because Graham has had a completely under the radar.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. Just coasting along. I think we need to put the spotlight on him a bit. Like, what the fuck's going on there?
I haven't really given him a second thought. Like,
If I lose
It's
my
never
next
crossed my
game,
mind to think
so I
about how
played
Graham's
him
doing.
in the first game of the season, and I haven't seen him since. Just got a draw and both went our separate ways, and I haven't really been keeping up. I mean, I just know he's third. He's just in that top 4.
But he's a game behind. He'll be level with Pete if he wins his next game, or obviously.
That's a big game.
That's a game.
big
Pete
game.
versus.
That is a huge game.
Yeah.
So basically, that game, if it's a draw, again, I think it really goes in my favour. And if it's a win either way, at least pretty much cancels out one of them.
Yeah.
It will be a
Maybe
draw, and you'll lose, and it will somehow still be weird. Like that's
Thanks
what's
some
gonna
confidence. But yeah, I definitely
happen. Who are you playing again?
playing this man here.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You don't need to tightly mark something.
Well, I just hope it's not really shit.
Mate,
I really hope it's not
I
shit
had
ref, because I don't want to have to bruise, because Petrelli can whack him in.
Mate, I got no comment on that stand from, but I welcome man mark Peter Petrelli. I've got plenty of other players who can run riot.
Are you confident I'm going to man mark Peter Petrelli then? Because I've man marked him.
I wouldn't like to say with the game in 2 days' time.
Well, we got back to back in the cup.
Yeah.
And could you say that's where I've gone wrong this season? I've stayed in the cup, and it has fucked my form up.
That's what I didn't do last year.
Exactly. Could you point a finger
Everyone
and
was
say
like, "Oh, Norman, 4-0.
worst gaffer?
Mate,
Could be.
and my priority.
Not worst gaffer. Because the point is that you are still in the cup though.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't-
I'm technically I have a chance of winning the double, but at the same time I have a chance of. You're the only one.
Graham
to do
done
it.
it.
Oh no, Graham's done it.
Graham did it and then I did it the season next, so he handed both the trophies over.
That's nice.
It was good.
But you didn't have trophies, did you? Back then. Oh.
But
It's not
it's
good, is it?
you, like for someone who's won, you know what it's like to log in and just see the trophy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not
Well,
like having it in
Yeah, the medal,
your.
yeah.
If I did do the double, I'd be only the second manager ever to win every trophy
Awesome,
on
yeah.
show.
Yeah, that'd be
The
nice.
only other,
First
the only
actor.
other team,
Control.
the Super Patrol. He's
Yeah.
won the Squires, the Lords,
And the cup.
and the Cup, and he's got a team of the month. So
He's basically a more accomplished manager than him.
yeah, comfortably.
Far
What
more
about you
accomplished.
then?
Huh?
But he's about to win it, mate.
Oh,
He's about to.
You've never won the
Hasn't
Squires. You
well,
never-
I've actually won,
If that's my only sin, that's my only thing about the
and also
amputees.
I got
Yeah.
twice the amount of team of the month as this man here. 2
I
times
didn't
one.
get the very much.
Alright, can we move the conversation to who's got the biggest dick? Because I do.
Mine's quite
when it comes to
tiny.
expert.
Yeah.
I got more manager than months, more.
Alright, well, okay, well, you.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to play the top trump card, but
Yeah,
let's move on to the
I get what you mean,
conversation.
but then you can bring it on to the fact that the
Yeah.
league's a lot more competitive. Yeah, we're
Let's
in the
just move
modern
on the
era now,
conversation,
but
right?
yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
Let's move it on.
Yeah, fine.
Squires. We got Salamanders at the top. We got Bilbo.
I think Bilbo's going to win.
We got Dortmund tied up. Tied up.
I think Bilbo's going to win.
Same points,
Salamander's
less
going to come
difference.
second.
There's
And
nothing.
Dortmund's going to.
Salamanders are slipping. Form is looking down. I don't know if you keep up with it.
Oh, let's see if I can get on my phone. Let's see if I got internet. No service anyway, so.
Yeah. I didn't mean it like that. I mean like good luck with the wall. Brick wall.
Yeah, well, I'll listen to you guys talk about it.
You
They're-
know the
they're-
situation.
Yeah, they're slipping. Bilbo are taking.
Yes,
They're
yeah.
4 points.
Basically-
4 points behind. They're on 23.
No, Salamanders are on
27.
27. Bilbo's on 26. Bilbo's 1 point behind Salamanders.
Oh, because Salamanders
Drew.
They drew today. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit.
it's pretty intense, and the Bilbo are really in the ascendancy. His team has started clicking as soon as he brought in that striker.
Yeah.
His team.
Which
started
is what he was
clicking.
debating about doing. This season.
Yeah, but then it didn't work for Happy Feet with 10 bit.
Yeah, as well. It's the same with Larry when he bought Giles Void. We know who to sell.
Yeah.
But either way, it's yeah, like you said, they're in the ascendancy. Form's looking really good. They got some quality fixtures coming up. Every single one of them they should win. They're predicted to.
Yeah.
Salamander's already drawn against the Hesketh, so it's not going to come down to the wire. I think he's literally just going to nip it and just.
Yeah, I think he's done it Oharugo.
If
He's played it right, and at the end he's going to overtake on the outside lane, and he's going to win it.
What did you say?
Well, my thought is an interesting point. I mean, I don't keep up with the Squires maybe as much as I should. And I think I looked at the
No, you
table
need to start looking at
like
it.
a week or two ago. Yeah, I'm aware it's all going off. Like I see in the chat and stuff. But you know, regardless of who goes up, do you think there are two teams that will make an impact in the Lords if they do go up? So sort of like the way it's looking right now.
I think in the long run, Harsh is going to
Yeah.
become a
Give that-
solid.
Is
He's
that
gonna
boy
become
5 or 6 seasons?
Yeah, he'll be a Lord.
and I think he'll be
yeah.
like a solid
An
Lord as well, because
established Lord,
he's proven he can develop teams. He's
Yeah.
proven he knows what he's
Who
doing.
else then? Who else do
He's
you
at
think?
Fulham. He's
Who-
at Fulham.
But
Who
he
else?
could go. Yeah, he could go on. He
Yeah.
could. Bilbo.
He's already been a lord. He knows what it's
He's
about.
been a lord. Obviously, it wasn't the most fun.
Wasn't
time
for him.
but you know he's got a much better team now.
But here's the point is, so if say all of a sudden Bilbo and Salamanders are both sort of like laws to be dealt with, and you add that to the current sort of 6 established laws that there are now, or 7, like there are only so much room in the league.
So the question
Well,
is,
that's the exciting
does it
thing.
expand or does it just turn into a fucking cesspit, a broil?
Well,
of
I'm just worried that at some
competition?
point there's going to be too
Something's
much.
got to give.
At some point there's going to be too much of a discrepancy between the lords and the squires, and you know, it'll be the same two teams going up, the same two teams going down, the same two teams
Well,
going up.
that's football.
Well, yeah, but also there's this. You got to remember, there's this quite. In Expo 11, you can develop a lot more than you can say in real football in the Championship. So is there that worry that suddenly some of the top lords are going to go whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, whoop, and is
Yeah,
it going to
that
be
could
like a
definitely
full
happen.
sort of shift?
That's
as
what
teams
you
develop?
want. That's what you want,
Yeah.
isn't it? You want the ebbs and flows, and that's what we've seen in Expert. Although there's been 2 or 3 managers in the past, now there's such a plethora of talent. I feel like anyone's got a chance to step up now.
Yeah, definitely.
But I
I
still
think
feel
the
like
Take
exciting.
the 2 gentlemen in front of me, like come out of nowhere in what, like 4 or 5 seasons. They're
Yeah,
already
but
stamping feet.
put it this way, like, you know, however much you want to, you know, drive Tristan and Pete and whatever, their teams will never be bad. Their teams will I can't ever imagine seeing their teams being like, you know, mid-table squires. It's just, it won't happen. I don't know. Well, there are certain teams that are just seem always destined to be squires.
Such as
Wow. Do you want me to name names?
your argument.
I want you to look in the camera and name the names. Don't look
Well,
shady.
no,
Look,
it's
he's just got his hand, running his hand just there.
But it's just like we
Look
talked
at the
about.
camera.
Based on
and
what I'm
say
trying
your
to say,
point.
what I'm trying to say is that, like, I mean, basically, if I hadn't really weakened my team this year, it would have been
Like really weak.
Pussy Patrol windows straight up, straight down again. And at the moment, are there 2 teams realistically, do you think, in the squads that are going to come up and really make an impact and send some lords down?
You never know with Bilbo. With the team he's got a couple of old players who are dropping. He's been dropping.
In the whole Lords.
How long is he going to keep going though?
He's got 2. He's got 2.
Two.
His midfielders dropped 18 ratings.
Benevento.
Both of them.
Consistently in the last 5 games they're playing 18s.
They're both.
Going to go out on a high. I don't know.
That's how much he cares about the Squires. Literally.
And it's only-
if
it's
you
like-
haven't got a Lord title, he has
But
got
you know
no
what?
time
You know
for
what I'm saying. Like you look at say I mean in real football, like Newcastle. I didn't really pay that much attention to the Championship before, but we got relegated, and suddenly I had to take note. I think for you it'd be a good idea to start looking at some of those squires. You might be playing them next season.
Yeah.
You know, it might be giving you some added research right there. And
Plus, it's always good to know who is in the ascendancy. like
oh,
you say.
massively. I keep my eye on a lot of teams there.
Anyway, I think that pretty much wraps it up. We've covered all the bases that need to be covered. Unless, no, good.
No.
I'd like to thank you for joining us. It's been SJFloyer, Jackilous,
That guy.
Tom Pilkington, and it's been lovely to chat with you.
Adios.